Welcome to Freed on Business. He grew up in South Florida, has been in business here since the early 90s, and has closed over $3 billion in deals. He's seen it all. He always has an opinion, and he's always ready to share it. Informed, entertaining, and connected, he has his finger on the pulse of South Florida's business community. He's Jim Freed, and this is Freed on Business.
All right, everybody. Welcome to episode number 872 of Freed on Business. I can't believe that. Today, I'm going to live up to the intro. I'm going to be informed, and I'm going to be really opinionated. We're going to thank our friends at Warren Henry Automotive. I'm on my way to go see them right now. And I want to thank our friends, Larry, Eric, Ismet, the rest of the team up at Warren Henry. Whenever you need a car, you want to get the best price, the best value, you go to our friends at Warren Henry Automotive. And thanks again to them for being a sponsor of the podcast for like 17 years at this point. So today we're going to talk about what the biggest issue in real estate is. Before I do that, I want to remind everybody we're streaming live on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, all kinds of places. If you missed the show, we'll be live on all the places you consume your podcasts after we go and have the show at noon today. So I want to talk today about what's the number one issue facing real estate today. And it's affordability. And you could say that it's housing affordability, but it's also an issue in commercial real estate. Primarily high mortgage rates, limited supply, the rising construction costs, and the wage growth that's starting to lag the increase in prices. In housing, it's a shortage of entry-level homes. In office, it's a shortage of the right office space in the right place. In retail, it's a shortage of new development because retail for a long time has been overlooked. Industrial, the issue there is that there's a big overhang, and maybe the product has been developed at a certain cost profile. It doesn't match what people can afford, can pay, but affordability is the issue in every sector. Now, let's talk about that. First, in residential, buyers are locked out. First-time home buyers can't get in because the people that are in the home or condo have such a low interest rate that they don't want to leave because they got such a great deal. And by the way, if they do leave, they're going to have a bigger, higher interest rate mortgage, which makes their buying power less, which impacts their ability to buy a new place. So they're frozen. They don't want to move. The builders can't solve the shortage easily because the developers can't deliver the houses at a number where the ordinary person can afford. Ownership costs keep increasing with insurance, taxes, maintenance, HOA costs. And by the way, this is going on across all the sectors because in retail and in office and in industrial, you still have to deal with the insurance costs, the taxes, the maintenance, the common area fees, and that keeps going up and up and up. And what that does is it makes the property less affordable for the ordinary person. Is there a solution? What is the solution? There really is no solution. This is just the way it's going to be. So here in Miami, it made national news today. The Wall Street Journal, their big story today is that Miami, the wealthy keep moving here. Today they talked about Elon Musk is looking on North Bay Road, but the reality is that the normal person here, they just can't afford the increased cost. Their wages haven't risen, or their sector has been hollowed out, or they just can't make enough deals. And it's an entrepreneur-driven marketplace. We have a great place for you to start a business, but it's very difficult to keep the momentum going, especially if your occupancy costs continue to rise. Lots of entrepreneurs are working out of their homes, co-working spaces, and stuff like that. But when the additional condos deliver, and there they are right behind us, the additional condos deliver into Edgewater, the question is, who's going to buy it? The answer is people from outside the market because they're not really being built for the people that live here. And this has been an issue for quite some time. The political solution has been to create what they call, what do they call that? The grant. What do they call the housing thing that makes you build affordable housing in your project? What's that called? I forgot. You know what it is.
The CRA?
No, it's not the CRA. It's not Save Your Homes. It's not CRA.
Live Local?
Live Local. So they've been doing the Live Local Act, and it'll be interesting how that rolls out. Sorry, but by the way, that's my Miami podcast studios. He's waving, but you can't see him. Thank you, by the way, Miami Podcast Studios. He's smiling. He's so happy that he got to really help me today. He's giving me the thumbs up. He's a mortgage broker, and he's dealing with this every day, trying to get loans for people that just can't afford where they want to live, and how are they going to fix that? And it's not that easy to do. So retail, I'm about to go meet with somebody on a retail deal. The person's invested a lot of money, costs have risen, and it's basically priced this person out of being able to make his deal work. And what's he going to be in it for? He's going to be in it for release of liabilities in the back end. And if he does that, then I'll bring in balance sheet and additional cash for him to do the deal. The solutions on every transaction will be different, but the answer is the same. No matter what the product type, the occupancy costs have continued to increase, and they've gone outside of the realm of the ability for the local person to buy. And as I said, that made the front page of the Wall Street Journal, who says that more and more high net worth people are moving here, but the cost of occupancy has gone so haywire that most of the people are moving out. I think that the number I read was that the average income for the person moving in is $175,000. The average income for the person moving out is about $80,000. That tells you all you need to know. The economists call this a K factor, or a K situation, where the high net worth people, this is them, and the low net worth people, this is them. Well, I got to tell you, the high net worth people, there's not as many of them as the people that lived here. And so the people that lived here are getting gentrified out. And the question is, where do you go? The answer is there really is no easy solution. The person that cuts my hair moved. They went to Tampa, where they felt it was more affordable. The people I know in Tampa, where are they moving? They're moving to Georgia or South Carolina. Where are the people from Georgia or South Carolina moving? I don't know. Pick a place. Tennessee, Kentucky. I don't really know. Mississippi, Alabama. And then the people in Mississippi and Alabama that have kids, what are they doing? They're moving back to Florida, because Florida gives them school choice and the ability to put their kids in to whatever school they want and use vouchers for that. So it's a continuing circle. And what does this really mean here in South Florida? Here in South Florida, I call it the Californication of Miami. You know, it's just a switch in the place in the market, in the international marketplace, where people are going to live. Now, this is something that could have been predicted. It's always been really inexpensive to live in Miami, and Miami's in the past offered a better place to live in a similar place, lifestyle for people from all over the world. And now they've discovered that. They've discovered it, and they're finally coming here in droves, and people from all over the world are moving into Miami. I'll give an example of the building I live in. The building I live in, yesterday, I came out and there was a $250,000 Mercedes with Montana license plates on it. Now, when was the last time I saw Montana license plates in Florida? Can I give you the answer? Never. I've seen Montana, Wyoming, California, a lot of those, Pennsylvania, Colorado, not as much Illinois as I thought I would see, and of course, New York. So the reality is that the people are coming from all over the country. They're coming to Miami for the lifestyle. The technology has allowed them to move here. But as they come in, they continue to inflate the prices that the local people would have to deal with, and this is creating a displacement of the local people. It's an affordability crisis. We see we've come full circle now, and this is in many sectors. I got to say, I took my mom out food shopping the other day. I couldn't believe it. For a 6-pack of glazed donuts, $10? I mean, you got to be kidding me. So this is what's going on. It's affordability across, and as people have to pay more for gas and more for food and more for healthcare, they have, and more for where they live, more for transportation. It's going to have an increasing impact, and there's going to be a split, and it'll be interesting to see where all this settles out. Where will it settle out? I don't know, but it's not going to change anytime soon. These are structural problems with structural issues with our economy that I don't see a real short-term solution. And with that, I'll be back in a minute with the bottom line. Okay, I want to Miami Podcast Studios will give me some side talk there. I want to thank our friends at Warren Henry Automotive, Larry, Eric, Ismet, Brandon, all my good friends at Warren Henry. Gerald, I'm going to go see Gerald, my technical person there when we're done here. They always treat me like family. Not only do they have great coffee, but they have great people. Whenever I go there, I feel like I'm home, and they make me feel good. They treat me like family. To me, that's really the Warren Henry advantage. It's the people that work there and the way that they approach their clientele. It's a tremendous place to buy or lease your car, beyond the fact that they make sure you're getting the best deal on your lease or on your purchase, that you get the best price for what you're trading in. You get the Warren Henry advantage. On my Lincoln, they come and they do the service at my house. So if you need it, they have their main store at 151st and Biscayne, where they do Jaguar, Land Rover, Range Rover, Lincoln. They've got their great Land Rover, Range Rover store in South Dade and West Broward. And of course, they've got their store in the Keys that has all their great nameplates. What does all these cars have in common? Well, they're all great cars, and they all come with the Warren Henry advantage. Once you become a member of the Warren Henry family, you will never want to do your auto transaction anywhere else. I know that they make my mom, my beautiful wife, Vivian, my family, my clients, my friends, they all love going to Warren Henry, where they all feel terrific and as members of the Warren Henry family. So join me and all my friends, all my clients, my family, we're all members of the Warren Henry family. You should be too. Always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry.
Welcome back to Freedom Business. Connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Jim Freed or at Freedom Business, and on Instagram at Jim Freed1. Now, back to your host, Jim Freed.
Before the show and over the weekend and into next week, I've been meeting with a number of family offices and landowners and development clients. They're all having the same issues. The issues are with affordability. And what I'm doing is I'm helping them solve that problem. If you are a family or an owner of real estate or an institution from anywhere in the world, I help everybody from all over the world here when they come to Miami. Reach out to me, give me a call. My contact info is below the line. You'll see it there. You can call me, you can email me, and I can help you solve your. What?
It's right there.
I can't see it. I'm getting a bad view on the preview. Thank you, Miami Podcast Studios, for distracting me and creating a consciousness stream that took me off my game for a minute. But give me a call. Reach out to me. I've seen it all. I can help you solve your problem with a creative solution. And if you're a landowner, you need some help, give me a call. If you're a developer, you need some help, give me a call. I work with family offices, institutions, and high net worth investors from across the globe to execute there it is. It finally popped up there. Well played, Miami Podcast Studios. And remember, if you missed today's episode, you can always hear us and other episodes on Spotify, YouTube, LinkedIn. We're everywhere. Anywhere you want to get your podcast, we're there. And now for the bottom line. The bottom line, we've been talking about affordability today, and the bottom line is they ain't going to get more affordable. Prices go up, but they rarely go down. So what's the solution going to be? The solution is going to be different for each person and each product type and each location. But you got to be flexible, you got to be creative, and you got to live in a new reality. Are you going to own that home? Maybe, maybe not. Are you going to have an office condo? Maybe, maybe not. Are you going to be able to build your transaction? Maybe, maybe not. But the reality is that there's always a solution. So reach out to me and let me help you with your solution. And remember, the person who wants to do something finds a way. The other finds an excuse. Now go out there and make it happen. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.